Hi there, today we're going to talk about 3 steps to fixing your failing marriage. If your wife is pulling away, if she's distant, if she's already left or on the verge of leaving, you need to hear this. Let's be real, you don't want to lose your marriage, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. You don't want to wake up one day and realize that you have the power to fix it, but you didn't act in time, or you didn't have the map to fix it. The good news, there's still time, but you need to move fast. In this video, I'm going to explain why you're in this situation, what is happening, and give you clarity and also some of the certainty on how to turn it around. I'm Lee Bannister. I'm some bloke you've just found on the internet, but the truth is, I've been working as a transformational expert in over 10,000 sessions and over 20 years, helping people just like you transform their lives and also transform their relationships. In this video, you're going to discover 3 steps to fix your failing marriage, so you can rebuild that connection, reignite that physical and emotional intimacy, and revitalize your marriage. Understand what's really happening in your marriage, and more importantly, what you can do right now to flip a switch and turn things around. No amateur nonsense, so grab a pen, let's dive in, let's get straight to it. If you're like many men I help, you need to know that you're not broken, you're providing, you're doing everything you can right, but somehow she doesn't see you anymore. You're not alone. A lot of strong men find themselves here. You're working your ass off, but the truth is, invisibility in a marriage is super painful. Because here's the thing, I know that feeling, and it isn't a life sentence. There is a path back, a structure back, a shift, a map, so to speak, to help you regain that connection and save your marriage. Before I get into those 3 things to fix your marriage, I'll invite you to stop making these 3 common mistakes that many men make. Number 1, many men think they just need to learn to communicate better. They believe that if they just say things the right way to prove to her, then she'll actually stop being distant or angry. In fact, this can often make things worse, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. Number 2, you need to actually stop upsetting her and fix my mistakes. Many men think it's about avoiding conflict or making up for everything that they've done wrong. And many men, as a result of this, shut down, and this will make your wife feel like you don't care. We don't want to be doing that. They focus on pleasing, accommodating, and trying to be who she thinks. They focus on pleasing, accommodating, or trying to be who they think she wants. And a strong man like yourself watching this video, you know you don't want drama, you don't want therapy, and you don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be losing your power and losing your leadership. Here's the thing. Einstein sums this up best. You can't fix a problem you don't understand. And you can't fix the problem at the same level that it was created. So let's get this dialed in. Step number 1, why a woman leaves a husband and he didn't even see it coming. We need to figure out what went wrong. Okay, so let's do that right now. Step 1, why women leave their men and didn't see it coming, didn't even know it was a problem. Find the problem. Here's the hard truth. She didn't wake up one day and decide she was done. Your wife has been giving signs, making little comments. She's been trying to tell you something for months, for years, and you just didn't recognize it. So what presents itself often as the problem isn't the real problem most of the time. It's something deeper. See, men and women communicate differently. Men communicate differently from women. If we have a problem, we say it straight. We say what we mean. The problem is seen. If it's external, we seek to fix it. Women communicate more emotionally. The problem is it's all underneath the iceberg. We can't see it, what they're getting at. We don't get it half the time. It's not our fault. We didn't learn this. Men are often more direct. Women are often more subtle. And they expect us to get it. And the truth is, we don't. And we got to learn how to do it if we want to save our marriage. It's not fair that we were dealt this hand, but men, you've got to take on board the responsibility for this, because we were born men and that's the way it is. So men, it's about meanings. Women, it's about feelings. If they feel unheard, unloved, or disconnected, they don't always say, I feel unloved. Instead, they might say, you never listen, or you don't care about me. You're always working. And what do most men do in this circumstance? We jump to defend ourselves. We blame. We say, that's not true. We went out last week. You're overreacting. You're always complaining. And we're shaming them. And every single time we do this, she feels more hurt. It kills that connection. With no connection, there's no physical intimacy. Eventually, she gives up if she's not feeling heard. Her heart feels tired of not being heard. She says, I need some space. Meanwhile, as guys are killing ourselves, doing all we can for our family, all we want to do is put bread on the table, all we want to do is get respect, and this cuts like a knife. So here's the thing, better communication isn't the issue. You can't argue your point and win here. You can't communicate more effectively, because if you do, you're just going to upset her even more. Women and men behave differently. This is why you can do more and more and more and actually end up with less. It's something deeper underneath that women do not share. And it is up to us as leaders, as men, to learn to speak this hidden language, not the symptom, but the real problem. Typically, we are more external. Women are more internal. Men say more what they mean. Women leave clues, breadcrumbs, and it's our job to find them. Our job to take care of the feelings, not the meanings. It's about the feelings and not the meanings. Because when she is dropping breadcrumbs, she is wanting you to communicate in a different way. And we're blind to it. She isn't playing the same game that we are. She isn't speaking the same language. But after a while of not getting those breadcrumbs picked up, after a while she feels not being heard, she could suddenly say, I'm out, or I want a divorce, or she shuts down. And for many men, the first thing they knew about it was a note on the bed, or she said, I want a divorce, or she said, I'm leaving you. She stopped arguing perhaps, or she stopped complaining. And that's when you should really worry, because when she stops trying, she's emotionally checking out. But if you're brave, if you can look back, you can find the breadcrumbs, you can actually turn this around. Are you ready? So the first step is to look back. Like I said, we can't fix a problem we don't understand. Often we're trying to speak with the wrong words, the wrong language, because we don't know the right language, we're saying the wrong thing. What has she been trying to tell you? Ponder this. What was underneath what she was saying? Were you helping her feel understood? What were the patterns that kept coming up in fights before the silence? Were you helping her feel significant or not? Were you caring for her feelings or did you make her wrong? This is going to be key. What did she stop talking about because she gave up on you changing? What did she think was missing? Now this part hurts, but if you want to fix your marriage, you have to face it here. Let's take a time out for a second. I want to address something really important. It's not your fault that you're born a man. Why is it always the guy's fault? But the truth is, a man was born to lead, and she wants to be led. She wants you to take care of her feelings. But for men, we think it's about the meanings. We're making her wrong by thinking about the meanings and not the feelings. Blaming pushes her away. Shaming pushes her away and makes her heart pull away. Communication often goes awry because the guy is more solution focused on the actual task at hand. The problem is she doesn't want you to fix the problem. She actually wants you to understand her feelings, not dismiss her feelings and say something like, well, we can fix that later. A question to write down in that case would be, get your pen out, could be, how best could I support you with that? Rather than taking control, it shows more control because it shows you're aware of her feelings. But let's take a step back for a second. This actually shows emotional awareness. We're showing emotional control. We're going to lead to emotional security. And this is what's going to help you turn the whole thing around. Make sense? Yes? So let's do step number 1. Let's figure out what went wrong.